Alright, maybe I just repeat from just now. The color and clarity of wine will depend also on the age of wine. The longer the period of aging of wine, the longer date of the bottling, you will find that the color will change. For example, the red wine will lose color in terms from the red purple, they will go into red brown. White wine will develop color. White wine will develop color from pale to yellow or greenish yellow. From pale greenish yellow to old gold, so it becomes darker in color. Rose wine will change from pink to orange to amber. Amber means yellowish, means it will deteriorate in color. So red wine and rose wine will deteriorate in color, means losing color, but white wine will develop in color if it is kept in the bottle for longer time, means aging process is longer. Next, when we talk about the taste of wine will depend on the types of wine, and the taste of wine can be detected using the different part of your tongue, which have different degrees of sensitivity to taste. And actually weight and body of wine is sensed over here, and also bitterness. Guys, bitterness is not favorable for wine, and we will discuss afterwards how to actually remove the bitterness from the wine. And bitterness will be tasted over here, means if you serve certain red wines with the bitterness, it is not really proper service done for the beverages. Guys, as you can see from this graphic, usually we will taste the sweetness from the front part of the tongue. This one is saltiness, left and right in the front, and then left and right at the back is for sourness, and this one is where we will weigh, or we will taste the body of the wine, means we will taste the correct taste in terms of wine body in this part. And also bitterness is from here when you sense it using your tongue. Temperature. Okay, red wine will be served at the room temperature, and white wine and rose wine will be served chilled, means it will be chilled inside the refrigerator, and also sometimes they will serve it on the ice bucket. Wine storage, it will be stored in a dark, well ventilated, insulated means it is covered from the heat. It must be cool in temperature. So temperature control room is between 55 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, means room temperature that is slightly cool and not very hot room temperature. Guys, wines should be stored horizontally. This is to ensure the corks are moist and prevent it from shrinking. If the cork of the bottle shrunk, and then it will allows air to enter the wine, and wine will be spoiled. A wine label should be facing up so that it will be easier for identification and you are not moving the bottle. This is how actually you will store the wine horizontally. Guys, these are the wine serving aids or equipments and utensils. This one is wine bucket, this one is wine coaster, this one is wine holder, decanter, basket, This one is cork remover, this one also cork remover, this one is what we learned from last week, the waiter's friend. If you still remember, waiter's friend have 3 elements inside. Number 1 is corkscrew, number 2 is the small knife, and number 3 is bottle cap opener. Wine decanting. Guys, wine decanting means we will pour the red wine, especially the high quality red wine, into the bottle from a carafe. Guys, this is decanter or carafe. And this is the reason why we use carafe instead of we pour directly from the bottle, is to remove the sediment. Sediment means the small particles that will deposit under the to the bottom of the bottle and will create the bitter taste. So what we will do is we will transfer the red wine using the holder from the bottle into the decanter, and we will not allow the sediment that rests on the bottom of the bottle to go here, because this sediment is bitter in taste and it is not really favorable for red wine serving. Now we move into the sparkling wine. Sparkling wine is also known as champagne. However, the process is not as simple as the table wine, because champagne undergoes what we call as complex. Complex means really tough and difficult process. We call it la méthode champenoise. This is actually la méthode champenoise is actually champagne method in French. So fermentation that takes place in bottle or sometimes in vats. Guys, what is vats? Vats means container for liquid. Let us go into the graphic. As you can see from the graphic, it is not a simple process in which like the wine, you will press it and then you will keep inside the drum. It is a long process of producing the champagne. Number 1, they will use grapes such as Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, and also Chardonnay. All the grapes will be pressed. They call it pressing. As you can see over here, 400 kg presser. And then it will be kept inside the stainless steel vat, and after some time it will be transferred into the wine drum or wine barrel, and then it goes into the process of classification and blending, and then go into the blending vat. Again, blending vat means a container to blend the mixture, and then you will, as we said just now, you will put all this blended wine material into bottles. Usually champagne will age inside the bottle, and it is crown top and will be put in the cellar. Cellar means wine room horizontally, and then after a few time they will go into remouillage process. Remouillage process is to actually tilt or to actually what remouillage means, you will change the position from horizontal to make it diagonal, and then it will deposit all the sediment. Remember the word sediment? All the sediment will deposited into the corks. So all of this sediment after that will be frozen. We call it bottleneck freezing, in which you want to freeze all the sediment to the cork, and then you go for degorgement. Degorgement means you will remove the cork and also the sediment too. You will remove the sediment because sediment is bitter taste. So you will remove it. They call it degorgement, and then they will go into the process of dosage of sparkling wine. Dosage means you will add some amount of sugar to add some sweetness into the sparkling wine, and then bottle, serving, and into glass. So the process of champagne is not as simple as the other wine. So this is the process we go through for making the champagne, a complex process. See you